20 years ago, when I was Information Minister, we were facing a number of challenges, particularly the nuclear tests in 1998 and then in 1999, the Kargil War.
IPRI's focus is to provide qualitative research inputs using data, innovation and technologies.
Islamabad Policy Research Institute is one of the premier research institutes in Islamabad, which is focused on policy research. And it has been given a singular distinction of being ranked 74th in the government-owned think tanks.
We give these inputs after research with empirical data to the policymakers and expect them to use it for betterment of the country.
Islamabad Policy Research Institute has undergone major reorientation and major overhaul during last 3 years.
Presently, we have multiple departments working in IPRI. We have a department which works on the international relations and international law. We have the economic security chair and international law chair as well.
Most of our research products are now oriented towards real issues and carrying out empirical research based on the issues that are of direct relevance to the policymakers. And they span a wide gamut from strategic studies, public policy and governance, international relations, international law, and economic security.
My name is Maham Naveed and I am the Chair for Lawfare and International Law at the Islamabad Policy Research Institute. Our division puts out policy-driven research on issues of international law that intersect with national security dilemmas. The aim is to conduct research and put out policy briefs and research that informed policy making at the highest level.
IPRI is placed at a very unique intersection in terms of the research and the kind of corridors that we move in. We not only have the kind of independence that comes with think tanks that operate freely and privately in the private sphere, but we also have the kind of influence.
The goal behind conducting such research is to inform the government and the international community of Pakistan's international obligations.
The kind of dispensation of knowledge that comes with being tasked with important research profiles and policy briefs that we engage in with ministries and other organizations.
The ideal is that Pakistan comes in line with all its international obligations and becomes an upstanding member of the international community.
And that kind of outreach at this stage of my career is very hard to come across in other organizations, and I'd say that was my main motivation for joining IPRI.
This is Dr. Anil Salman, Chair Economic Security at Islamabad Policy Research Institute. And IPRI has this exclusivity for establishing this chair. This chair is funded by Karachi School of Business and Leadership. And the research areas in which we are working is economic security, international trade, macroeconomics, and defense economics.
यहाँ पे जो रिसर्च होता है वो बहुत इम्पैक्टफुल होता है और मेरा मेन मोटिवेशन ये था कि कोई इम्पैक्टफुल रिसर्च करके कोई इन्फॉर्म पॉलिसी डिसीजन आगे फॉरवर्ड की जाए.
I have a team of 2 brilliant economists and the activities that we are carrying out over here are the podcasts. आपने हमारे snapshots देखे होंगे which comes twice a month. Then we have our research publications available on the web. और हमारे साल में 2 schools होते हैं. One is the winter school and another one is the summer school.
I am pleased to share here that for quite some time, IPRI has gone very interactive with the diplomatic community, and we try to project their point of view as well from our forums. Our distinguished lecture series, which is titled as Diplomatic Reflections, we have been successful in bringing a host of diplomats from various countries. The ambassadors, the excellencies, they come here and they make a point, they present their country's foreign policy evaluation, and they try to draw parallels with where Pakistan stands with them.
Our advocacy and communication department is the one which actually synthesizes all the efforts and projects it very aptly in media, in print and other spaces.
My name is Siddiq Humayun and I'm the Director for Advocacy and Communications here at IPRI.
मेरा किरदार डायरेक्टर कम्युनिकेशन के साथ बतौर असिस्टेंट का है. कम्युनिकेशन डिपार्टमेंट IPRI का एक अहम हिस्सा है.
In my department, we use many visual products to project IPRI's groundbreaking research to the world. This includes infographics, video explainers, video podcasts, data dashboards, among many others.
My job is to project all the work that our team does. So that includes handling all the social media profiles, and along with that, I also get to host a show called Policy Beats. This is where we invite subject matter experts to delve deeper into policy issues.
Here at Stratcom, we have products such as podcasts, explainers, infographics, and dashboards.
Our dashboards are designed to present complex data into simple and user-friendly format that enables our users to get trends, metrics, and insights that are relevant to their objectives.
Being a data visualizer, I turn the data into creative visuals to make the narratives more understandable.
Ever since the inception of IPRI, it has made enormous contribution in the field of academia and information. It has published several books, monograph series, policy papers, and newsletters. But I guess the most important is IPRI Journal, which is the face of IPRI.
I am pleased that I am here to edit the Y category prestigious HEC recognized journal, which has made landmark strides in national and international horizons of research.
IPRI Journal, it is published biannually. It is indexed and abstracted by various renowned abstracting and indexing agencies all over the world. It has an advisory board which meets annually. In its advisory board, we have very renowned academicians, practitioners, scholars, and policymakers. It has an advisory board, editorial board, which is very rich in its experience. It covers all interdisciplinary issues pertaining to economy, politics, and strategic studies, which attracts several authors from various parts of the world, and this is the reason why of its success in the world.
मैं यहाँ पे लाइब्रेरी के जो मुकम्मल ऑपरेशंस हैं, लाइब्रेरी ऑटोमेशन और लाइब्रेरी मैनेजमेंट्स, कम्युनिटी इंगेजमेंट्स और ये सारी ऑपरेशन में ओवरऑल लाइब्रेरी की ओवरसी लुक आफ्टर कर रहा हूँ।
IPRI की लाइब्रेरी में फ़िज़िकली हमारे पास 4500 प्लस बुक्स हैं।
हम डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी पे काम कर रहे हैं। डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी जो हमारी थी वो 2020 में इस्टेब्लिश हो गई थी। डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी का नाम हमने रखा रीडर्स लॉन्च के नाम से। उसमें हम मुख्तलिफ़ किस्म की रिसोर्सेज हमारे पास मौजूद है।
जो हमारे मेंबर्स हैं वो 1000 प्लस हैं और हम उनको भी सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करते हैं ईमेल के थ्रू, व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू, इन और ऑफ कैंपस वो हमें क्यूरी भेजते हैं तो हम अपने अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेज में से वो चीज़ सर्च करके डाउनलोड करते हैं और उनको प्रोवाइड कर देते हैं।
फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल हमने ECC के रिसोर्सेज वहाँ पे ली हुई हैं और साथ में हमने मुख्तलिफ़ किस्म के सब्सक्रिप्शन भी की हुई हैं। जे स्टोर के सब्सक्रिप्शन हमारे पास फुल एक्सेस है और इसमें हमारे पास फॉरेन अफेयर्स, फॉरेन मिक्स पॉलिसी, फॉरेन मैगजीन्स और वो दी वॉल स्ट्रीट जर्नल्स और इसके साथ ही न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स, ये सारे रिसोर्सेज हमने सब्सक्राइब किए हुए हैं।
टेलर एंड फ्रांसिस है, विले एंड ब्लैकवेल है, इब्रेरी है, स्प्रिंगर है। इसमें जितना भी मटेरियल अवेलेबल है डिजिटली वो हम उसको एक्सेस करते हैं और हमारे यूज़र्स से रेलिवेंट क्यूरीज़ को हम वहाँ से भी सॉल्व करते हैं।
15,000 प्लस जो है हमारे पास डिजिटल कलेक्शन है, उसमें ई-बुक्स हैं 8,000 प्लस। हमारे पास जो मैगजीन्स है डिजिटल न्यूज़पेपर्स वगैरह के, रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स जो हमारे पास हैं वो 2000 प्लस है और जो हमारे पास आर्टिकल्स हैं तकरीबन 3000 प्लस है। और साथ साथ हमने फ़िज़िकल कलेक्शंस भी ली हुई हैं, उसमें हमारे साथ है 5000 प्लस फिज़िकल कलेक्शन हैं। वो डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स कवर कर रहे हैं। हमारी जो थिंक जिसको बेस कर रहा है स्ट्रेटेजिक स्टडीज़, कम्युनिकेशन, सिक्योरिटीज़ और इन सारी चीज़ों पे हमारे पास बुक्स अवेलेबल हैं।
मैं यहाँ पे IPRI की जो वेबसाइट्स हैं जिनमें जनरल की वेबसाइट है, IPRI की अपनी ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट है, IPRI की लाइब्रेरी की वेबसाइट है, उसके अलावा यहाँ पे नेटवर्क जो IPRI के अंदर इंटरनेट वगैरह सारे प्रिंटर्स वगैरह उनको देख रहा हूँ। दूसरा उसके अलावा मैं यहाँ पे IPRI के जो इवेंट्स होते हैं उनको टेक्निकली साउंड जो भी उनके टेक्निकली इवेंट्स को मैं देखता हूँ। लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग हो गई, वेबिनार्स हो गए।
मेरा नाम अशफाक अहमद है, मैं यहाँ पे अकाउंट्स अफसर हूँ IPRI में 2001 से। फ़ाइनेंस के तमाम मामले मैं ख़ुद देखता हूँ और जितनी भी लेन देन है, बैंकिंग है, ट्रांजैक्शंस हैं वो सारे और फंडिंग, बजट्स सारे मैं ख़ुद देखता हूँ।
मैं IPRI में एज आ रिसेप्शनिस्ट और टेलीफोन ऑपरेटर काम कर रही हूँ और आने वाले हर मेहमान को खुशामदीद कहती हूँ।
The culture emphasizes on research and innovation with a strong commitment to producing high-quality work.
IPRI is a very prestigious name in the think tank community. It is one of the most respected organizations in Pakistan.
If you see the think tank landscape in Islamabad, there was a requirement of a think tank which could give the policy makers the right policy guidelines and right recommendations, which could be later on utilized, further refined and used in the policy making domains.
My area of research is US foreign defense policy and the domestic policy of the US and how the domestic policy of the US impacts its external relations with the rest of the world.
I'm a researcher looking after studies and Russia as a region specialist.
Having studied international relations, I always wanted to get into a field or a career that would keep me relevant to international relations. I enjoyed studying international relations and I would have wanted that I get into a think tank so that I would always get to stay in touch with my area of study and my area of interest.
Well, our major research products include policy briefs. We also conduct empirical field-based research studies which are a bit longer than the research policy briefs, and we also do research with related to latest emerging issues.
We in IPRI writes policy briefs, research articles, signing MOUs with international think tanks and organizing seminars and conferences.
I would say that there is a lot of impact in terms of policy relevance of those products and policy changes as well.
We also conduct empirical studies and conduct active like data collection and analysis on the ongoing trends in national and international politics,
which have impact as they are well in demand with government, international bodies and foreign missions.
And on that we write short policy memos for the concerned government ministries, and we also publish and write mandated research papers which are yearly.
IPRI had a reputation and a name that was very well respected in international relations. While we were students, we got to hear a lot about IPRI, which inspired me to join IPRI.
My aim was to get into the academia as well as make sure that I am making policy relevant researches, and IPRI was the one platform that helped me get through those achievements. So that was the main motivation, that I can produce products that would be relevant in the policy circles.
We here produce research policy briefs which span the whole gamut of research policy landscape. They select the right topics and the recommendations are oriented at those solutions which have to be presented to the policymakers for their implementation. Our research collaboration with the global think tanks like RAND, USIP and so many other think tanks have gained a lot of traction of late, and we are in the process of conducting a research collaborative study with RAND which is going to be published after 3 years, and that would be on a very novel and innovative idea of East-West connectivity.
My motivation to join IPRI is passion in research and to work with a think tank, especially the one associated with motivated research decorum.
My motivation to join IPRI initially was just the mere fact that it is part of the National Security Division. This allowed me to delve deeper into understanding how policy processes actually happen. So being part of IPRI has been a great pleasure because I get to learn something new every day.
About the work environment, I would say that we get a lot of support from our superiors in terms of going into the field, as well as having people, connections that from the people that have the relevant data that we need for our researches, as well as when we make a product, they allow us and they motivate us to send those products to the relevant ministries, and we get so much feedback from that. So that is one thing that I would say, that this connections and field research is a better work culture that needs to have in other organizations as well.
The work culture in IPRI is highly interactive, and a balanced approach is adopted in academic and analytical spheres.
One thing I found really helpful about IPRI and its employees here is, since it was my first time at an organization like this, The documents that we are supposed to prepare, the way that files are prepared, everything is very unique to the structure of this organization. And you aren't left stranded or expected to just learn the ropes on your own. You can always approach your seniors, even if they're directors or the chairs or just other senior research associates. Everyone's very helpful here, and everyone's really encouraging, and everyone's really motivated to help everyone around them grow and not just keep it to themselves.
IPRI का जो वर्क कल्चर है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा डायनेमिक और कोलैबोरेटिव है, और इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा जो मेन काम होते हैं वो रिगरस रिसर्च वर्क होता है, और इस रिगरस रिसर्च की वजह से हम क्या ऐसे पॉलिसी रिकमेंडेशन दे सकते हैं ताकि उसका कोई इम्पैक्ट नज़र आए.
We value a collaborative approach where individuals from diverse backgrounds and expertise come together to drive our mission forward. The culture emphasizes on research and innovation with a strong commitment to producing high-quality work.
The work culture at IPRI is very comfortable and friendly. Everyone is very helpful here, especially the seniors are very considerate of our growth and are always ready to teach us when called upon.
Being part of Advocacy and Communications Department allows me to learn how to actually create dialogue from scratch, which means bringing different stakeholders together on the same table to discuss issues they may not necessarily agree upon either.
IPRI का कल्चर बहुत ही अच्छा है और यहाँ लोग बहुत ज़्यादा कोऑपरेटिव हैं और एक फैमिली की तरह माहौल होता है हर वक्त.
IPRI का माहौल बिल्कुल फैमिली की तरह है, कोऑपरेटिव माहौल है, एक दूसरे के साथ कोऑपरेशन के साथ चलते हैं.
मैं IPRI में खुद को बहुत महफूज समझती हूँ और IPRI का माहौल जो है वो बिल्कुल फैमिली की तरह है.
I look forward to continuing my journey at IPRI and learning every day new lessons and exploring new opportunities at IPRI, and I think it is going to be a very promising journey.
I'm pleased to say that IPRI is going to hold Margala Dialogue. This is going to be the 4th event. It is signature event which IPRI conducts every year.
I believe that dialogue is the first step to innovation, and IPRI hosts its annual flagship event called the Margala Dialogue each year in November. And we try to bring stellar academics, scholars from across the world, bring them together on stage, have a policy discussion, a discourse, and then the output of that policy discussion and discourse we try to incorporate in our research.
What makes Margala Dialogue exceptional is the discourse with which IPRI, as a premier think tank of Pakistan, wants to go ahead in projecting a new narrative to the evolving realities around the world. And we have been quite successful in that as we pull together immense talent from across the world.
We will have the speakers coming from all over the world, and presently the focus would be how do we see, or how do the speakers see the future of this world in this age of competition. We will be focusing on information technology, media, internal issues of Pakistan, security of Pakistan, and economy of Pakistan as well.
And I believe through that we have an opportunity to shape the future and help produce research that actually matters.
I want to see this organization, the way it is progressing, it is doing very well, and I want that it should be recognized world over as one of the best, serious and qualitative think tanks.